जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So I'm very grateful and honored and happy to be amidst all of you today. I would like to welcome you for our Gaur Purnima celebration in HSR layout on the instruction of my superiors, and as a service to all of you, I would like to share something from Gaur Katha. I would direct to offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees here and seek their blessings to share something on what we have heard from our superiors and Guru Parampara based on our wonderful avatar, or it's not avatar, it's actually Krishna himself who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So, Srimad Bhagavatam mentions a very beautiful sloka. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam avyayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabhyate. The Supreme... If I am fast, please let me know. My first language is English generally. I will try to speak in Hindi. So, Srimad Bhagavatam mentions three aspects of the Supreme Personality of God, which is from this shloka. Vadanti tatta tavayas tattvam yajnanam avyayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdate. Three aspects of the Lord, which is the impersonal aspect of the Lord, impersonal effulgence. The second is the Paramatma, and third is the personality of God, who is Bhagavan. The understanding of this also could be something similar to if we see a train from far by, not standing on the railway track, a little off the railway track in the night time, then how do we see the train? As light, isn't it? We don't see the whole train, we only see the light. But as it comes closer, you see, oh, there are bogies, there's a coach, there's an engine, isn't it? And as you see a little closer, you'll see a tiny driver who is moving the entire train. Similarly, the three aspects of the Supreme Personality are compared in this way, that from far he looks like light. Some people say God is light. Or a little more closer if you go, he's actually there in the heart of all living entities. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritirgyanam apohanam cha vedesha sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta kritveda videva chaham. He's there seated in the heart of all living entities. The Supreme Person of God gives three things. What are the things? Remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. What are the things? Remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. We are so grateful to the Lord. In fact, when we get up in the morning, who gives us the remembrance that we are so and so person? It's actually the Lord. So we are completely dependent upon the Lord and Paramatma for these three things. And Paramatma is very, very merciful in the sense that he is there with the living entities always. All of you have used Google Maps, or sometime you might have seen people using Google Maps. Imagine you're using Google Maps, or you're using Google Maps, and it says, go straight, after 100 meters, take a right. And imagine when I'm supposed to take a right, then I go straight. Then what will Google Maps say? Please go straight, 100 meters, then take a right, then again take a right. Isn't it? So it will again reroute. Now imagine I say, again when it tells, again I go straight. Will the Google Map say, rascal fellow, you are listening to me. No, what will it do? Again it will reroute, isn't it? Reroute. Please go straight, 100 meters take a right, and again take a right and go ahead 200 meters. That is exactly how Paramatma works. He guides us in our heart to go to the right association. हमें अच्छा संग में जाने के लिए भगवान प्रेरित करते हैं. When he does that, It's up to us that whether we take it or no. Based on what right decisions and choices we make, the faster we make progress in spiritual life. Yeah, so that's how Paramatma is very, very merciful. He's there in the heart of all living entities, isn't it? He's seated. Personal, private Paramatma for each and every one of you. Isn't that amazing? He doesn't outsource it. He personally is there guiding each and every living entity. That's how much he cares for it. Once a king was asked, by the minister, that why does God come to save the living entities again and again? In the Bhagavad Gita 4.7, Yada yada hi dharmasya gyanir bhavati bharata abhyutanama dharmasya datmanam juhamyam 4.8 paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya saduskutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He comes for three reasons. Yuga after yuga. Why? What are three reasons? Paritranaya sadhunam, to actually give pleasure to his sadhus or devotees of the Lord. Sadhu is not only by external dress. Sadhu is by heart. One who has given his heart to Krishna, he is a sadhu. He may be in any of the ashramas, brahmachari, grihastha, vanapastha, sannyas, but one in any of the bodies, male body, female body, whatever, but one who has given his heart to Krishna, he is a sadhu. So Paritana sadhunam, vinashaya dushkutam, to annihilate the demons, dharma samsthapanarthaya, to re-establish the religious principles. That's why he comes. So once the king asked his minister, why Lord has to personally come? Can't he send one of his representatives? The minister tried to explain to the king, but the king didn't understand. The minister told the king, next day morning you come, I'll take you to a place. So he took the king near a pool or a river. There, the king's child was there. He asked one of the soldiers to go and push the child into the river. The king's child, And when the king's child was pushed into the river, the king is saying, hey, how dare my soldiers push my child in the king? I'll see them later. But immediately he removed his boot, immediately he removed his dress, and he himself jumped into the river. And he saved his son and later came and slapped that soldier. How dare you, push my son? And later the minister said, I want to ask you a question. Your child fell in the river. Why did you go to save the child? क्या आप किसी और को नहीं भेज सकते थे? क्यों आपने? Why did you go on yourself? Then the king told, I have concern for the child. Similarly, the Supreme Lord, he has concern for all of us. That's why again he comes. Satyatita Dwapar Kali, he comes again and again. So in Kali Yuga, he is there. Sakshat Krishna is there as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is confirmed in multiple shastras. Even the Vishnu Sahasranam, it's also very famous in South India as well. In the Vishnu Sahasranam also it comes. Suvarna Varna Hemango, it comes. It mentions that the Lord in Kali Yuga comes in a Suvarna Varna, or Hemanga is golden color. He appears in the golden color. He has chandan all over his body, and he comes to spread the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We all know there are four yugas. Krite Dhyayata Vishnum, Tritaya Majito Mukai, Dwapare Paricharyanam, Kalauta Dhari Kirtanat. For each of these four yugas, there's one post of self-realization. Do all of you know what is the lifespan of people in different yugas? क्या आपने सुना है? Kali Yuga में what is the average lifespan? Or like not average, maximum we can say in terms of round figures. 100. Dwapar Yuga? 1000. Treta Yuga? 10,000. And Satya Yuga? 1 lakh. That's so many people ask, Hiranyakashipu did tapasya for 10,000 years. We are unable to, be here for 100 years. How is it possible? But his time span was different. So in Satya Yuga, the process of self-realization was, doing meditation in the forest. Now in Kali Yuga, you have to find forest. That is first thing. And even our forest don't be there. Even when there was one yogi, he went to the Himalayas. He thought, I will go and do tapasya. As he was doing tapasya, one news reporter came. Told Swamiji thoda ek selfie le sakte kya aapke sath? So this is Kali Yuga situation. Very tough to focus and do it. Treta Yuga, yajna. The process of self-realization in Treta Yuga was performing yajnas. In Kali Yuga, it's very tough because the right ingredients, unadulterated ingredients, are very tough to get, and there are qualified brahmanas needed to perform the yajnas, not just brahmanas who wear a 20 paisa thread, but they're qualified brahmanas. Yeah, so as per the Bhagavad Gita, but it's very tough. There was one, I think I told this last time also. There was one person in Kali Yuga. It's very tough to find the right people. There was one person. उनका शादी हो रहा था, तो शादी के दिन वो पुरोहित भाग गए सुबह. Like the muhurt was around 9:30. So around 9:15 the purohit was not there. So then the person who was supposed to get married, he was in utmost anxiety, what to do. Then he himself, in the dress of the Dulha, he went searching out for a Pandit. And that was a Sunday, unfortunately. So then it was tough for him to find the right one on the right time. So he went searching out. He found a person wearing a dhoti and walking on the street. He said, "Aap Purohit hai?" He said, "Yes, I'm a Purohit." He said, "Come, whatever amount you want, I'll give you. जो भी चाहे मैं देता हूँ. Just मेरे साथ आ जाओ, मेरा शादी करा दो बस. बसा लो मुझे." So then he is called and he chants the mantras. Unfortunately, in this age, when the Purohit chant the mantras, many people or 90% of the people don't know what they are chanting. Amongst the 100% people who are chanting, hardly 5% of them know the meaning of what they are chanting also. It's very tough, Kali Yuga. So then this Purohit, this person did the entire marriage with the Sanskrit mantras. Everything done. Satsar, everything done. After that, there was one person in the marriage assembly who knew a little bit Sanskrit. So he went to this person and asked, "Sir, I have heard these mantras what you have chanted, but I have heard them in some other occasion, not marriage occasion. So can you please tell me, whether you have chanted the marriage mantras?" Then he told, "Actually, I am Shraddha Pandit. I am not a marriage Pandit. This person was not allowing me to speak. उन्होंने मुझे मौका नहीं दिया. तो उन्होंने he completed the entire marriage with Shraddha mantras. It's very tough nowadays to get. So this is the situation in Kali Yuga. Yajna is very tough. And what to say of the ingredients, pure ghee, it's very tough, costly. So then next, Dwapar Yuga, deity worship, temple worship. Now all of us, 24 hours we have, in that 8 hours goes in sleeping, basic bodily maintenance. 8 hours office is what it's supposed to be, but in Kali Yuga, because of the Bangalore traffic or whatever, keep it 10 hours. And apart from that, so much of other duties. Very tough to go to temple. And not everyone is second initiated or they can go inside the altar and worship, isn't it? So that's not so practical for all of us. Some of them can do it, then they should do it, those of them who can do it, but not practical. And that is why for Kali Yuga Jivas, the chanting of the holy names is recommended, and that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga comes. Anarpita charim chirat karuna avatirna kalau samarpaitum unnaj ujjvalarasam suvakti shriyam hari purata sundar diti kadamba sandipitaha sadha hridaya Spiriteva Sachinandana. He says, this comes in Charitamrit, very big sloka, but Anarpita. हम भगवान को अर्पण करते हैं, भोग अर्पण करते हैं, पर चैतन्य महाप्रभु जब आए, he is giving something which is anarpita, which is never offered before by any other incarnation or even by God himself. Krishna came when 5,000 years back, he spoke Bhagavad Gita, and Sarvadharman Parityajya, Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishami Mahashita. In Bhagavad Gita 18:66, he says, abandon all varieties of religion or other religious practices. Surrender unto me alone. Only when you surrender, then I will take away sinful reactions. So there is a precondition that when you surrender, then he will, take care of your sinful reaction and he will fully take care of you. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, hey, these are Kali Yuga Jivas. If the pass percentage is 40%, people don't come to the exam hall only. That's the problem. So then what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He said, it's okay, 40% is too much for you. You just come to the examination hall, write your name on the paper and go. It's okay. I will take care. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. He has come to give the highest, which is Krishna Prem, what even Krishna himself did not give. Krishna spoke the philosophy. Krishna was at multiple times with multiple devotees, right? He was in Dwarka with Dwarkavasis. He was in Mathura with Mathuravasis. He was in Vrindavan with Vrajavasis. But the treatment for each of them was based on how they wanted the reciprocation. Ye thamam prapadyante tamsateva bhajamyaham. Like that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Patra Apatra Deki, he doesn't see that whether you are a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is a very famous shloka in Charitamrit. Naham vipro na sharanpati rapi vaishyo na shudro naham varni na chakrapater na vanasto yaterva kintu prodhyanikala paramananda purnabhyabder gopi bhartur padakamalayur dasanu dasaha. He says, Naham vipro. Vipro is not that vipro, but this is vipro is, it says Brahmin. So Naham vipro nachanara patir. It's actually, I'm not a Kshatriya also. Napi vaishyo na shudro. I'm not a Kshatriya or a Shudra. Naham Varni. I am neither of these four Varnas, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanapasa, Sannyas. I am able to take these roles. Like there is one devotee in our center, one of the centers. One devotee was there who was doing the job of a carpenter. So then one devotee who was doing engineering, he was like, hey, Prabhuji, this carpenter also is a devotee, like that he told me. Then I told him, no, it's not a carpenter is devotee. Devotee is doing the job of a carpenter. These are two different things. He's a devotee primarily, and for his maintenance and basic things, he's doing a job of a carpenter. That's how we have to see devotees also. We should not say a software devotee, a hardware devotee. No, we see them as devotees of the Lord. The Nectar of Devotion mentions the primary quality of a devotee is Krishna Eka Sharanam. What is the primary quality? Krishna Eka Sharanam. He has accepted Krishna as God. Like all of you wonderful Vaishnavas, you're putting tilak on your head. Means what? You have accepted Krishna as a God. The tilak represents what? We daily put tilak for the pleasure of our spiritual master. We put tilak for the pleasure of Krishna. What does it represent? When you're putting tilak, we know this is the lotus feet of the Lord and this is Tulasi. And if you are putting someone's feet on your head means what? You consider you are my Lord Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are our Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. So we put the Lord's lotus feet on our head. That is the devotee. So we should see devotees that way. So Naham Bani Shikar Naham Anaspirva. What is our only destination? My only destination, he says, is I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of the devotees. Well, in this material world, servant or it's a maid is considered a very lowly thing, isn't it? People sometimes don't even touch the maid. It's considered a very lowly thing. But in spiritual life, maid, it's not referring to the maid. It's referring to the servant in the sense that a devotee of the Lord is ready to do any service for the pleasure of the Lord. If he's asked to give a class, he'll give a class. If he has to clean the floor, he'll clean the floor. If he has to serve prasadam, he'll serve prasadam. If he has to do account service, he'll do account service. Now I told you 4 instances where, or if he has to do administration, he can do administration also. All of these refer to different varnas of their different duties. But a devotee can do anything. What is the order of the spiritual master? Like Srila Prabhupada. What a great devotee he was. When he went to the West, he himself, for a period of entire 1 year or more, he, purchased the vegetables and grocery. He cut the vegetables himself. He cooked. He served. He washed the plates. And in between this, when he got time, he gave lecture also. And kirtan. And all of this just selflessly serving the people whom he doesn't even know. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming through Srila Prabhupada. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like that. He didn't, sometimes some people, they say, hey, you are from my state, no? Then they favor. Or a particular language, say Kannada, Telugu, then immediately the bond builds very fast, isn't it? Or you are from this company, or if you happen to go abroad, if you happen to see an Indian, then you say, oh, Indian. So it's very easy to form bonds that way. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't see any of this. Patra apatra dekhi. He just gives mercy to whoever he meets. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared in the year of 1486. Which year? We are celebrating 540th birth anniversary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is a very special year, that way. So 540th year. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appeared as a son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. Now please repeat, whose children did he appear as? Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi. So these are two very great exalted personalities. When he appeared, it was a day of lunar eclipse. Well, there's multiple reasons why he appeared on lunar eclipse, as you might have heard earlier as well. But just little light I would like to throw on this. How many of you have heard of Mayapur or gone to Mayapur? Mayapur? Okay. Sridham Mayapur. Okay. Sridham Mayapur is the appearance of the birth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in Mayapur, we have a mandir. It's called Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir. It's Chandrodaya. Well, one moon is very beautiful or very nice to see. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's face is even more beautiful. See, the Brahma Samhita mentions Venum Kwanantamar Avinda Dalayataksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarbha Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. In this material world, there is attraction between the member of opposite gender because of Cupid, right? But when Cupid came to shoot arrows at Krishna, he himself fainted. Seeing the beauty of Krishna, Kandarbha Koti, that is the beauty of Krishna, who is source of all beauties. Think about it. If we as conditioned living entities are attracted to some, beauty of this world, which is just 1 mm in, if you see that size, once the skin is gone, it's all bone, flesh, mucus. But just the packaging is amazing. That way, if we are attracted also, if We are added to the one living entity. Think about the source of the beauty of all living entities. That is Krishna. So Kandharva Koti. And more beautiful than that Krishna is who? Srimati Radharani, who is Madan Mohan. Krishna is called Madan Mohan. And Radharani is called Madan Mohan Mohini. And this doesn't end there. The relationship between these two people is completely divine. Sometimes in this world, the relationship is portrayed on a normal material platform. Think about it. If we, by chanting Krishna's name, we chant daily, isn't it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If by us chanting Radha and Krishna's name, our anarthas, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion are going away, can both of these personalities have any iota of that? Think about it. It's a normal logical understanding. They're completely pure. In fact, even in the 10th canto, it's mentioned any gopi who has any trace of lust is not even allowed in the Raslila. You know, these gopis are devotees who were in Treta Yuga as sages. They would perform thousands of years of tapasya, and they asked Lord Ram, can we come and participate in your pastime? Then Lord Ram said, hey, this time I have come as Ekapatnivat. Next time in Dwapara when I come now, you can come. That time I don't have Ekapatnivat. I will break all the rules of this model world. Whoever has to understand, they will understand. Whoever doesn't understand, I don't care. And that is Krishna's thing. That's why even in the battle, he ran away in between the battle, with the Jarasandha to save Rukmini. That's why he's called Ranchor. Normally when someone runs away from his duty, he's called Chor, or he's actually called a coward. But when Krishna ran from the battle, he's called Ranchor because he ran for his devotee. See, if we do the homework of serving Krishna, even if you are sleeping, Krishna will wake you up and give darshan. Example, I tell you. In Krishna book, it's mentioned. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us all of this, and then we'll get to Gaura. This Muchukunda. Have you heard of King Muchukunda? You also read Krishna book. This Krishna book is available. I think you can just take it if you're not read. Srila Prabhupada said that in the night, if you read Krishna book daily, then you'll get Krishna's dreams. So we should also read Krishna book. It's a wonderful book. Especially the Krishna book is a summary study of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is personally given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada thought that I may not be able to complete translation and purpose of 10th canto. I don't want to leave the world astray from the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. That's why he paused at certain translations and purports, completed Krishna book, and again continued. That is Srila Prabhupada. So in Krishna book is mentioned Muchukunda. This Muchukunda, he had done a lot of service to the Devatas. The Devatas, whenever they have, it's not that in the heavenly planets there is no problems. Har jagah problem hai, the grass always looks green on the other side, isn't it? Ye itna khush hai, Some people think like that, but he himself is, the other person is thinking, ye kitna khush hai, That's how this world is. But the demigods, whenever the demons attacked, they would call Muchukunda, please help us to fight. So for thousands of years, Muchukunda had done a lot of fighting. He had not slept only. So then when towards the end, he was asked benediction after the Devatas won the battle. What benediction you want? Var mango. Then he said, mujhe just sona hai thoda, I want to sleep, I'm tired. And I want a boon that anyone who wakes me up from my sleep, I'll burn them. They should not. Basically, he was referring to Indra because Indra was again coming and troubling him. He thought if I take this boon, Indra for sure will not come. Not understanding. So then they said, Tatastu, go sleep now, we will not disturb you. So when he was sleeping, but because he had done the service to the Vaishnavas, Krishna wanted to give him darshan. So when, there's a very long past, I'm just cutting it short. Kalevan comes to the cave of Muchukunda, where Muchukunda is sleeping. When Krishna performs pastime, in one shot, ek tir mein 2, 3, 4 nishan lag hi jata hai. It's very common. So Krishna wanted to annihilate Kalevan, who is the demon. And he wanted to give darshan to Muchukunda. So then what he did, he ran into the caves where Muchukunda was sleeping and he hid behind a particular place. So Kalevan thought Krishna is coming inside the cave and he's sleeping. So he kicked, thinking that Krishna is sleeping. But who was sleeping? Muchukunda. And as soon as Muchukunda got up from his eyes, he burnt Kalevan. So Kalevan is finished. Well, Muchukunda's boon also is fulfilled that whoever wakes him is killed. Now after this service, he sees who's darshan. Sakshat Krishna is standing there in his two-handed form and giving darshan to Muchukunda. So this shows that if you do service to the Vaishnavas, अगर आप अपना homework करते हो ना, अगर आप सो भी रहे हो ना, तो कृष्णा आपको उठा के दर्शन देंगे ना. That is the greatness of Krishna. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he came to give this, we are coming back to our sloka, back to connect from where we started. Anarpita Sharim Kanute Etkalo, Samarpaitu Unnat Ujvala Rasa Sobakti Shriyam. He came to give this bhakti. Bhakti is the power of attorney of this particular wonderful thing of Krishna, which is bhakti, is given to his devotees. Even Krishna does not directly award bhakti to anyone. It is only through the devotees that we could get Krishna. In the Mahabharata also there are multiple examples where people got association of Krishna, but they did not become devotees of Krishna. On the other hand, there are people who have never seen Krishna, but they became staunch devotees of Krishna. Any examples you would like to give? Dhritarashtra, yeah. Dhritarashtra. Krishna used to go to the court of Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra and give darshan. But they thought, like, Aam Admi, or like maybe little Devta, not Aam Admi, little higher Devta, not too special guy, isn't it? That's this thing. Who else? Many other, people whom he stayed with, they didn't take him seriously. On the other hand, Rukmini, the Queen Rukmini never saw Krishna before her marriage. What used to happen? The Brahmanas used to travel. The sadhus, traditional sadhus, what is their role? They will travel from village to village. Prithivite acheta nagaragam, sarvatra prachar hobe moranam. Even this prediction was made by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu itself. This holy name of Krishna will be spread all over the world. This prediction was made by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, what was I telling? Yeah, so here coming back, why did I tell this? Rukmini, sorry. Yeah, Rukmini, so she used to hear from the sadhus who used to come to her place. And just by hearing about Krishna, she developed attraction for Krishna. That is how important Shravana is in our life. Prahlad Maharaj says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atmanivedanam. These are 9 limbs of bhakti. And all the 9 limbs of bhakti are primarily based on the first limb of bhakti, which is Shravanam. Without Shravanam, there is no personality who has done any of the other things. That is why hearing is absolutely essential. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are discussing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just I'll tell a little bit about his, what he did during his 48 years, and then I'll get back to the Shravanam part of it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there on this planet physically for 48 years. The Chaitanya Leela is divided into two parts, Adi Leela and Shesha Leela. Adi Leela is the first 24 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Shesha Leela is the last 24 years. The Shesha Leela is divided further into 2 more divisions, which is Madhya Leela and Anta Leela. Madhya Leela refers to 6 years, that is 24 to 30 pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he visits South India, many other places. Post that, the last 18 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Anta Leela. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there on this planet for 48 years. When he was there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would daily go to hear from Gadadhar Pandit, Srimad Bhagavatam. It's pretty interesting to see how even the Lord wants to hear from his devotees. So how much seriously we should take the devotees of the Lord, if the Lord is ready to take the devotees so seriously. You can think about it. The Lord, by his personal example, teaches that how we need hearing is absolutely essential. Even you'll be very happy to know, just a little childhood past, I'll tell and get back to Shravanam. When I was telling you about lunar eclipse, coming back to the point of eclipse, lunar part. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on the day of lunar eclipse. 2 reasons. One is the lunar eclipse or eclipse in general is considered pretty inauspicious. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to make even inauspicious thing auspicious. So on an inauspicious occasion, what do people do? They try to make it auspicious. How? Well, people of different, whatever faith they follow, they chant the respective holy names. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, everyone in that place was chanting. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so smart, in fact, he would cry purposefully, and when people would chant the names of Hari Hari, please chant, Hari Hari. When people would chant, then he would stop crying. So that was, he would purposely make people chant the holy name so that, they are purified, because chanting is very, very important. He says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Iti Shodashakam, Nam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Natah Paratura Payate, Sarva Vedeshu Disyate, Kali Sant Taran Upanishad. What is the meaning? Kali Yuga, Sant, Sadhus, Taran, ocean. How can the sadhus swim across the ocean of Kali Yuga? That is given in Kali Sant Taran Upanishad. And in the Kali Sant Taran Upanishad says that this chanting of the holy names of the Lord is the only way to cross over the ocean of miseries, or the threefold miseries what we hear. So that is the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He, by making others people chant the holy names, he would help them. This is a very great service from our side also. If we can help someone chant the holy names of God, that's a very great service what we could do. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one more thing, on lunar eclipse day, what happens? The moon is not visible, isn't it? So prominently. It's interesting reason. The moon thinks that when Chaitanya Chandrodaya, or the source of all beauty in this world, has come, the actual moon feels shy. What am I in front of this? It's like a glowworm, how it feels when the sun rises in the morning. It has no, it doesn't, it's not able to give much light as the sun, isn't it? So it's not so significant. That is how the moon was feeling in presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why it hit itself. That is why it lunar eclipse. That is two reasons. So that is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on the lunar eclipse day we were discussing. So going forward, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a very great Sanskrit scholar. He was a teacher of Sanskrit. Many people would come to learn Sanskrit classes from him. He was such an expert teacher. What other teachers would take 1-2 years to teach, he would teach in 2 weeks. And student would learn also. Obviously, why? Because he is there sitting in the heart of all living entities. So then if he wants them to remember, it's very easy for him. So that way he used to help others remember. But the changing point came in his life when he went to Gaya and he met a spiritual master, Ishwara Puri. Does Krishna need to accept a guru? Well, not necessarily. Why? Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. We all know that Krishna is the ultimate Jagadguru. But when he comes in this world, he sets an example. Even what great leaders do, the common men follow. Yadyadatharati shreshtas tattadeve taro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. Srimad Bhagavad Gita mentions this. Whatever great leaders do, others follow, isn't it? So that way, Krishna wanted to show by his example. When Krishna came, whom did Krishna accept as guru? Sandipani Mani, very good. So similarly, when Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not avatar of Krishna. He is Krishna himself. Once Srila Prabhupada, Dinabandhu was sharing this with us. Srila Prabhupada was giving second initiation to some candidates who were not so qualified for second initiation. So then the interview was happening. Those days, Srila Prabhupada would personally take the interview. So then to one candidate, the question was, who is Krishna? Then he said, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or he's Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then he said, okay, well, pass. Second edition, I'll give you. The second person he came, he asked, well, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sure. Then the person answered, avatar of Krishna. Then Prabhupada said, no, he's Krishna and you're pass. Anyway, go. So that was Prabhupada's first day. But the point is that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not avatar of Krishna. He is Krishna himself. Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears for two reasons. Of course, there are multiple reasons given, 3 external, 3 internal, but just, boiling it down to 2 primary reasons. As I already told you before, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to spread the chanting of the holy names. This comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please repeat. Kali Yuge Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar Tathi Lage Pita Varna Chaitanya Avatar. Pretty self-explanatory sloka. He says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in Kali Yuga in a golden form. Why? To help people chant the holy names of Lord. This is first reason. Second, the internal reason is, he wants to experience the sweetness, what his devotee Srimati Radharani experiences. Just a little philosophy here. Krishna is, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee of Krishna. Any devotee in this world, even of this world, who has any amount of devotion is just a small speck of what Srimati Radharani has. So Krishna was thinking, Srimati Radharani is so happy. I want to experience what Srimati Radharani is experiencing. Now, how is it that Krishna cannot experience? Simple. Can sugar know how sweet sugar is? No. Someone has to taste it. No. So similarly, Krishna wanted to know what is sweetness. Even when Krishna came in this world, in Dwapar Yuga, you'll see a photo of Krishna on Vatapatra Shahi trying to lick his lotus feet. You're wondering why Krishna is licking his lotus feet. Krishna is thinking, my devotees are so eager for getting the dust of my lotus feet. What is there in this lotus feet that they are so, eager? That is why he wants to taste. That is why he puts his of course. Coming back to the point, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also wants to experience what Srimati Radharani is experiencing. That is why he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is that. So that is what we understand from this particular shloka. Going forward, Krishna takes initiation from Ishwara Puri, who is a very great devotee, and he comes in the disciplic section. Our disciplic section is Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Please repeat. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So what you are hearing, philosophy, is this line. Krishna held down the knowledge from Brahma, and then like say to these four sampradayas, and any of these four sampradayas are authentic enough to give you the highest realization of love of God, based on what realization the person has. Right? So that is it. So now, when Ishwara Puri gave initiation, before initiation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a very great scholar, but he was not a devotee necessarily. He was not exhibiting his devotional qualities. So people would think, oh, he's such a great scholar. If only he becomes a devotee, how nice it will be. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows by his example also. It is only by prayers of devotees that they become a devotee. It is not that, you know how many pious credits I have in the past. पता है क्या मैंने कितना पुण्य किया है मैंने in my previous life, because that I am in devotion service. Like some people think, but it is actually that some Vaishnava is praying for us. That is why our spiritual life is going on, isn't it? So even people would pray for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is God himself, and later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was such a scholar that he would, propose a certain argument to a scholar, and then scholar would try to defeat the argument, but he could not. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would defeat his own argument, and the scholar will clap hands. Then again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will defeat that argument also, what he himself had presented. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a very great Sanskrit scholar. So once, at one occasion, and there was one, in fact, like he was the topmost scholar in the entire Bharatavarsha. In that top, there was one scholar who was topmost. His name was Keshav Kashmiri. What is his name? Keshav Kashmiri. He was a topmost scholar. It's like something nowadays in this stage, if you see in terms of competitive exam, EIR1, something like that, if you understand. He was topmost amongst the entire thing. So those days, they didn't have formal social media channel to communicate the things if they are AIR1 or something like that. So then they would carry Vijay Patrika, saying that if a scholar is defeated by me, you have to sign that I am defeated. So then people would sign and give, sorry, I am defeated. So this guy would go and show everything. See, I have defeated these many scholars and I am top. So this scholar came to Navadip. All the Navadip scholars. Navadip those days was known for education. So then, especially the Sanskrit language. So then all the scholars in Navadip were very scared. Oh, the top scholar has come, and if we have to save Navadip, what should we do? Let us give a test drive to Nimai. They thought one more thing I forgot. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, his childhood name was Nimai. Why is it Nimai? Because he appeared below a neem tree. You all should go to Mayapur. In Mayapur, that neem tree is still there, where it's in Yogpit. And just one good news, I have bought some from Yogpit for all of you. I got from Mayapur. It's in a little quantity, but I have one cookie. I can give it to you towards the end. It's come all the way from in a flight. See, that is how merciful Krishna is, isn't it? Anyway, so coming back to the point. So Yogpit, Krishna appeared below a neem tree. That is Nimai. That's his name is Nimai by Nilambar Chakravarti. When Krishna appeared, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, from the beginning only, people knew that he is a special personality. When God appears, he has multiple signs on his foot, which normal people don't have. Like say when we walk, that is only dust. That's only plain. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to walk, the different signs which were there on the lotus feet of Krishna also, they were appearing. Like there's thunderbolt, there's barley corn, there is mountain, there is fish. All these have different meanings. That again altogether a different discussion. But all these were present in the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when the astrologer saw, he said, I have never seen any chart like this before in my life. This is a very, very special personality who has appeared. Like this from the very beginning only people knew. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the mood of a devotee. So whenever people would call him Krishna, then or your God, what would he say? Vishnu would close his ears because he is exhibiting in the mood of a devotee is there. Going back to the point, I was telling you, he accepted initiation from Ishwara Puri. After initiation, he was a very changed personality. We all also, that's why even when we introduce Hare Krishna mantra also, before Hare Krishna mantra, one mantra we all chant. What is that? Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktan. Even before the Hare Krishna mantra, you are given this mantra. Initially, we tell people it's a warm-up mantra, but then later on we tell the meaning also. Actually, these are 5 very most Muni personalities. You know who are they? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Nityananda Prabhu, Balram, Adi Guru. Next, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Sri Advaita. Advaita is Mahavishnu himself in the mood of Shiva. Right? And next, Gadadhar is Srimati Radharani. And Srivas is Narada Muni. Right? So all these great personalities, they have come to give this chanting of the holy names. And that's why they are very special. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu normally would not exhibit his passions openly. So after some point in time in his life, he so coming back, I was telling you about Keshwar Kashmiri. So coming back to the point of the scholar, Keshwar Kashmiri. So then they thought, let us do a test on now Nimai. If Nimai is able to defeat the scholar, anyway we are saved. If not, by the time we'll get some. It will be like a mock test for us what he's going to present, and then we can make some preparation. Like that they thought. But when Keshwar Kashmiri started composing, he was a very great scholar. He had got a benediction from Mother Saraswati that whenever he would chant mantras or slokas, how we are speaking English now, right? Like that, he would speak out slokas spontaneously. Mother Saraswati would sit on his tongue and bless him to speak these things. He had got this benediction. That is why he could do this. When he came to speak in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, go ahead. He started speaking. He composed 100 slokas at a stretch, tuck, 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 in glorification of Ganges. In this due course, after he did this entire thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, very nice. And he repeated all the slokas verbatim, as is what was quoted by him. Please note, this was not there in any Shastras or laptop, OneNote, Vedabase notes, no. It was composed for the first time by Keshwar Kashmiri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai remembered it as it is and repeated it. And he told, there is a flaw in your presentation. And all the students, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a teacher, all the students started laughing. It's pretty common. Students want something to laugh around in the class, especially if you're a teacher, you'll understand this. So then, when the students started laughing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, then he pointed out, see, while glorifying, you told Bhavani Bhartur. You mentioned that, Bhavani Bhartur, basically you're trying to glorify Lord Shiva in comparison to, in connection to Ganga. But in that due course, what he did, he told Shiva, who is the, husband of Parvati, like that Shiva. So it's like two, different angles of presentation for the same personality, composed in the same line, which is a flaw as per Sanskrit grammar. So then when Keshwar Kashmiri heard, he was like, how did this happen? He was not able to understand. All his fuse were blown off because this was the first time ever something like this happened to him. Then he went back to, in the night, he could not digest. In the night, Mother Saraswati appeared in the dream to him. And Mother Saraswati told, see, I get my energy from Krishna or the Supreme Lord. And that Supreme Lord is there as this personality in front of you. In front of him, what am I? And how can I compose some verses which is even, where there's no flaw, especially when I want you to submit to him. Then she tells him, you go and surrender onto Nimai. The next day, this Keshwar Kashmiri goes and surrenders onto Nimai, and he tells that Mother Saraswati came in my dream. Then Nimai asked, what did she tell? She told that you are Supreme God himself. Then he said, shh, keep it a secret. Because until I take sannyas, the news should not leak. It's confidential. Like that. So then later on, he came to know. There's one amazing pastime also. When in those days, I told you, who are the parents of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So when they were living with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one day there was a Brahmin who came. This Brahmin had a Gopal, deity with him, and the amazing quality of this Brahmana was that he would personally cook whatever he had to eat daily and with utmost devotion offer it to Gopal. So of course his primary goal was not his eating, but Gopal, the deity, is eating. So then his rule was he will himself cook. He will not eat in anyone else's house. Anyone else's cooked food he will not eat. So when he came to the house of Jagannath Mishra said, could we serve you some prasadam? But then he said, well, I have a rule that I cook myself. He said, no problem. We will fully cooperate with you. We will arrange sabji, we will arrange gas, we will arrange everything for you. you can cook and offer it to your Gopal deity. No problem at all. Absolutely. They said, no, good idea, it seems, so then, because those days the sadhus will travel village to village. See, you know what is a Purohit? As per Shastras, Purohit means what? One who just goes to another place just for the hit of the other person. He is not concerned about what he is going to get from the other person. The moment a sadhu or anyone thinks, what am I going to get from this person? That moment, there's a fruitive mentality involved. Then that is not a selfless service. Then that way, it's not touching to the heart. Or Krishna is not pleased. Krishna is pleased when we do selfless service to the Vaishnava, isn't it? So then this Jagannath Mishra, he had nothing in his mind. And this Purohit, I was telling. So Purohit is someone who travels from place to place just for the hit of the other person. So this Brahmana used to travel. So then as he cooked with utmost devotion, in the Bhagavad Gita it mentions, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prechati tadaham bhakti upaharitam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Same shloka 2 times bhakti is used. One time Krishna could have finished, no? But he's telling 2 times in the same shloka to emphasize something. See, when something is repeatedly told, like Shastra say, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva Gatirannata. Says like, say for example, next day, in the house, if there's a festival, and generally if a milkman delivers the milk, then the mother will tell the milkman, tomorrow I have festival in my house, I want 3 liters milk, okay? He said, okay. And as he's going near the staircase, the Mataji again will tell, 3 liters, please don't forget, huh? It's okay. And as he's going out near the apartment, how many liters? 3. So when something is told multiple times, what is the meaning? Its emphasis is important, isn't it? So similarly, in that same shloka, what we just discussed, Krishna says, Patram. What is Patram? Leaf. Pushpam. Flowers. Phalam. Fruits. Toyam. Water. Yome Bhaktya. The most important ingredient in all of this is what? Bhakti is the most important ingredient. When we do it with Bhakti, then Krishna accepts that. Who in this world is satisfied with one tulsi leaf? Tell me. But Krishna is such an amazing person. You offer him 1 tulsi leaf with utmost devotion, he's satisfied. Of course, if we can give more than we should give, whatever. But the point is that even no one can tell, I'm so poor, I can't offer anything to Krishna. You can offer water to Krishna. You can offer, in fact, we all, Sri Prabhupada should tell that whenever we come to meet the deities, we should not come empty-handed. We should, of course, pujaris is the exception because pujaris come daily, then they can't bring. But apart from the pujaris, who comes to meet the Lord, it's a tradition also that we bring something for the Lord. Because Lord is a person. See, when we are going to meet a special person, Supreme Lord is there, then we take something from whatever is possible with devotion, isn't it? So that's what this Brahmana would cook with devotion. And when he cooked with devotion, and he offered it, Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmane Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. We recite the mantra even as a part of our offering. It's very important to offer. One very important thing even this pastime teaches us. Whatever we eat, we offer to Krishna and then we eat. Because we want to please Krishna. As devotees of Krishna, we want to offer it to Krishna and we try our best. So in this pastime, as this Brahmana with utmost devotion offered his bhoga, and by the time he opened his eyes, this child Nimai, he came directly from the bhoga plate he was eating. Generally, even when we offer, we have separate plate for the Lord, and for devotees separate plate. Even the devotees by mistake also don't eat on the Lord's plate. If it's eaten, you cannot again offer it to the Lord, isn't it? But when Nimai ate, then what did the Brahmana say? Hi. What did he say? Hi. What did you do? You small child, you don't understand. Before offering, you should not eat. Then he said, okay. Then Jagannath Mishra, because he's the host, said what to do. He says, the Brahmana told, today it seems that Krishna doesn't want me to eat. Bhagwan ki ichha hai. ठीक है, I'll sleep without eating only. He says, Jagannath Mishra says, Bhagwan ki ichha hai, par meri ichha nahi hai na. I have not to serve you. How can I, as a host, leave you to sleep without eating? Can you cook once again? Once more, please. He says, okay, fine, I'll do it. Then again, they do entire cleaning, everything. For those of us who have cooked in the kitchen, especially the mothers, we know, if you have to cook again, after especially rolling that atta, clean the entire platform, then again you have to cook. It is not so easy. Fine, he did it once again. Then again he cooked full devotion. Again, Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Second time, just before this happened, Jagannath Mishra thought, I'll send my child out of the house. If he's in the house, again he may come and eat. Because in the bhoga, generally in the bhoga plate, for the Lord, it's very special. Even if you cook white rice, we try to put nice amount of ghee, decorate it nicely with carrot, radish, cucumber. It's nice bhoga to the Lord, isn't it? So then it's pretty attractive. So it seems that this child is getting attracted from the bhoga plate. I will, send him out of the house only. Na rahega bus, bus. So let him send out. So Nimai was sent to the house of the other, neighbors. But when this devotee called, Namo Brahmana Deva, then all the other gopis go to sleep and Nimai again comes. And by the time he finishes the mantras, again child Nimai is eating. Then again, what does he say? Hi, hi. What does he say? Hi, hi. What did you do again? Second time. Why are you eating? You don't understand, kid. First, whatever we eat, we should offer to Krishna. Bhagwan ko arpan karke khana chahiye. Please samjho. What are you doing? Then Jagannath Mishra becomes very angry. He said, I'm going to beat you, Nimai. Then he said, no, please don't beat a child in front of me at least. Then again Brahmana says, ये भगवान की इच्छा है कि मैं आज खाना नहीं खाऊंगा. It's okay. I understand. It's okay. I'll fast. Then Jagannath says, one last time, please. This time what I'll do, I will lock Nimai in the room and I will myself guard. Watchman, I will myself guard. See, this, whatever, no service in spiritual life is small or big. Any seva we do the Lord, Lord is watching us. See, Vamana Dev is ready to become watchman at the, in Bali Maharaj's, courtyard towards the end, when he's in Sutaloka, Vamana is ready to do that service. He says, and he just doesn't say, I'm doing service. In fact, you will be very happy to know, in the Ramayana, Ravana himself comes to Sutaloka to check out. Ravana is embodiment of one particular anartha. What is that? Lust. Whoever he sees, he will kidnap. So then he used to go to other planets also. But when he came to Sutaloka to check out if he has something in his plate which he could take, Vamana gave him such a kick. Directly from Sutaloka, he went and fell back in Lanka. So if you know the hierarchical structure of 14 planetary systems, there's Bhuloka in the middle, and there are 7 lower planetary systems, and above, total 14, above heavenly planets and below. So from Sutaloka, if you kick, and if he falls in Bhuloka, you can see the intensity of the kick. So Vamandev also did his service. He was not just standing there as a watchman. So following the footsteps of the Lord, so devotee wants to serve the Lord. So Jagannath Mishra is standing as a watchman over there. And this time he says, please, one last time. Then Brahmana says, okay. Spiritual life is what? Utsahat nishchayat dhairyat tattat karma pravartanat. He says that, Utsahat nishchayat dhairyat. Rupa Goswami, for us, who is one of the prime disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has read all the Vedic literatures. Nana Shastra Vicharanayika Nipunau Sadharma Samstapakau Lokanamita Karinau Tribhuvani Manyau Sharanyakarau. They have for us read all of these. That's why we have debt to all the sages. See, we as human beings, we don't have debt only to our forefathers. Sometimes people think, I have debt to my parents, I have debt to my forefathers because they have given me birth. That's also true. Apart from that, we have many other debts also. What is debt to? We have debt to Devatas. We take in so much of free oxygen, isn't it? We don't pay for the oxygen we take. Sunlight, we don't pay for it, isn't it? The fruits, whatever food we eat, the person who brings it, we pay to him. But we don't pay the source, isn't it? That's all given to us for free by the Lord through his agents. We are indebted to the sages. Why sages? Because they have written so much for us. They have left behind. Imagine they have not written. Vyasdev, he has put things in writing. Why? Because our glorious qualities of Kaliyuga Jivas is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam also. He says, Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya Upadrita. Kaliyuga Jivas are we are short-lived. Our memory also is low. And on top of that, we don't have time also. So for such people, unless things are in writing, it's very tough. So Vyasdev, out of compassion, he put things in writing. So coming back to the point, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then when Jagannath was guarding, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was inside the room, and this time, I was telling you why. Devotee is, I told you nectar of instruction, third sloka. Written by Rupa Goswami, Utsahat Nishchayat Dhairyat. A devotee is patient. He's enthusiastic for the process, patient for the result, right? Sometimes some people say, मैं भक्ति कर रहा हूँ इतने सालों से, क्या हो रहा है? Sometimes some people ask this question. So many things are happening. But we have to follow the process. For example, if some mother is there and she is pregnant, in the first month only she tells, "Bachcha kyun nahi aaya?" But we have to wait for 9 months. There's a process. Similarly, or even we join an engineering college. In the first year only can I ask degree though, then only. No, please follow the process. Exam is there, lab is there, assignment, quiz, all these things. Then you get a piece of paper which is degree, and with that we go and ask a job, isn't it? So for that we are ready to. If you see for our material life, what we are doing now, we have done so much of endeavor, isn't it? For so many years. Think about it, but for spiritual life also, that much of and the utsaha should be there. So similarly, the Brahmana utsaha, okay, I'll do it again, no problem. For the third time he did, Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. By the time he read the mantra, what happened? Again, Krishna, through his agents, put Jagannath Mishra to sleep. And the exact same thing happened. What happened in the appearance of Krishna when he came in Mathura, in the prison house, isn't it? The shackles opened, Vasudev took, all the guards were asleep. When you or we desire or endeavor to serve Krishna, Krishna arranges for circumstances by which we can serve. Krishna told Vasudev, please take me to Nanda Maharaj's house. Please note, if you read 10th canto carefully, at this point in time when the instruction was given to Vasudev that hame Nanda Maharaj ke ghar leke jayenge, that time Vasudev still had shackles. He didn't think, first of all, 6 children of ours are dead. But in the same place. 7th, okay, some miscarriage happened. Now you are the 8th guy. Somehow you have come again, you are telling us to take you outside. How will we take? It's so heavily raining. But Vasudev desired. Take it. Okay. When you desire things for the Lord, in service of the Lord will arrange. So we can see. So similarly, Jagannath Mishra in this case. Anyway, coming back to the point, Jagannath Mishra was put to sleep. And for the third time, Nimai came and he ate the bhoga. And by the time his mantra was over, he says again, what did he say? Hi. What did he say? Hi. I don't know. Then Nimai said, wait, what are you doing? I'm offering. To whom you are offering? Krishna. So you are offering to Krishna. I'm coming and eating. What is your problem? You are calling me. आप मुझे बुला रहे हैं. मैं आके खा रहा हूँ. आपका problem क्या है? Then he revealed his form, actual form to this Brahman. And when the Brahman saw, you are the same Namo Brahman, you are the same Krishna to whom I am offering. He was so happy about it that Krishna personally came and ate. See, even when we offer bhoga, does Krishna eat? How do we know Krishna eats? The plate comes back as it is, no? How many of you have done bhoga offering in your house or here? Krishna eats? You see some laddu, one laddu missing. Yeah. As a child might have taken sometimes, but so how do you know Krishna has eaten? Taste increases, okay? Satisfaction, tushti pushi sudhapai, okay? How do we know Krishna has eaten the bhoga? Guarantee kya hai? Krishna Prem, okay. Krishna Prem is little, that's the highest level of understanding. But how do we know at this stage? मैंने, bhoga offering किया है. भगवान ने खाया कि नहीं खाया कैसे पता? Okay, I'll help you with that. हम कैसे खाते हैं? How do we eat? With hand and through mouth. But Krishna's beauty is he can see our body. One sense can do one activity. For example, eyes can see, nose can smell, and mouth can eat. Eyes can't smell and nose can't eat. Right? I can reverse the process. But Krishna's body is so amazing. Anganiyasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadudvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham maham bhajami. Brahma Samhita, which is given by Brahmaji himself, our Sampradaya first guru, he says that Krishna's multiple limbs can do multiple activities, which means Krishna can eat with his eyes also. So that is how we know that when we offer a bhoga, Krishna eats through his eyes, provided it is offered with devotion. Again, shloka back to Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prasitatam bhakti uparidam asham. Like for example, when Duryodhana offered chappan bhog to Krishna, Krishna says, on the other hand, when Vidura, his wife, offered banana peel, what happened? She was so happy that Krishna came himself to her house. She was not prepared. So when she, excitement seeing Krishna's beauty, instead of peeling the banana peel and giving the banana, she was giving the banana peel and throwing away the banana. Now, just for your understanding, if you have ever tasted a banana peel, that is the last thing you will ever like to take. It's not something nice to eat. But Krishna ate quite some peels, and after that, Vidura, when he came, he's saying, hey, why you are feeding banana peels to Krishna. Then later on, but the point is, Krishna accepts whatever offered with devotion. This doesn't mean we should offer banana peels to Krishna. The point is, we offer things with utmost devotion. Like when we are cooking, we try to see the salt is apt as per what best understanding we have, isn't it? So we have to do it with devotion. That's why when we are offering bhoga also, we offer salt, chili, and lemon separately to the Lord. You know, in a bhoga plate, we keep salt, lemon, chili. थोड़ा भगवान इधर उधर हो जाए तो इधर से ले लेना तो मैंने थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस कम है ना, so भगवान Lord will adjust that way. That's why we keep that on as offering. Coming at the point, so he tells that, you know, so Lord accepts through his eyes. Number two, the Lord, what process of offering we are following? There's a bhoga offering process. It is given to us by the acharyas, and the acharyas told us that if you do it, Lord will eat. We have full faith in acharyas. हमारे आचार्य ने बोला है तो पक्का होगा. So on basis of that faith, we offer it to Krishna, and we know that Krishna is eating, no matter what other people may say. Number three, जब आपके घर में कोई बॉक्स आता है, you know, let's say it's filled, while you are giving it back, how do we give it back? Empty, correct? No, something you keep and give, na. So similarly, Krishna is feeling, मेरे भक्त ने इतने प्रेम से मुझे कुछ ऑफर किया है. If imagine Krishna eats everything, then what will be remaining? Then he said, okay, whatever you have offered, I will eat it, and I will give it back with my saliva. That is why Krishna's prasadam is what? Is Krishna's saliva. So Krishna's, one devotee was saying, Prabhuji, you know, whatever recipe you cook in temple, exact same ingredients from which shop you have bought, and exact same recipe I cooked at house. It was full flop. Gas speed also, what you have cooked, same thing only I tried. It just doesn't come. He said, did you do offering? There's no kya. That has special taste. So that way Krishna helps, isn't it? So that's why in Jagannath Puri also it's pretty amazing. They offer the entire pots all together in Jagannath Puri if you go. And there is a particular section which passes by Lakshmi Ji's temple. And they say that anything is uncooked, Lakshmi Ji will, you know, ensure that it is cooked. That anyway, that's another part of it. So when this happened to this Brahmana, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested, please don't tell anyone. And then later on, so coming to the point, so we saw Lord accepts our bhoga. Yes, he accepts and he gives back also. That is Lord's grace. That is we understand that Lord accepts. So one last pastime and we will end. There was this one very amazing milk drinking brahmachari. This is so during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, they would initially do kirtans in the night time, and you know, just before his sannyas leela, or just after sannyas also, like initial years until he revealed full-fledged that he was devotee, and until the Nam Sankirtan actually spread, they should do kirtan in the house of Srivas Thakur. Whose house? In the night time. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, one day he called the devotees. How many hours we have? 24 hours. In that, how many hours we are utilizing in chant? Those days they would chant 18 hours or whatever, like more than that, okay, like say 12 or 14. We're chanting this many hours. The night time, what are you doing? Then devotee said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will sleep. Chaitanya said, why should you sleep? Let us chant in the night also. Then devotee wanted to say, Hari Bol. What did devotee say? Hari Bol. They were very happy about it. Okay, fine. And Allah will take care anyway. So then they were chanting in the night also. So once they were chanting in the night, and no one, apart from the confidential associates of the Lord, were allowed inside that particular place. So one day, there was one brahmachari. The specialty of this particular brahmachari was, he was a Naishtik brahmachari from the very beginning of his life. He used to go house to house and just beg for milk. In his entire life, he has not taken anything apart from milk. Think about it. You are sitting for prasad, and the next person sitting for prasad has one extra item in his plate. Sometimes usually happens, people ask also and think also. But now this person, imagine how this brahmachari would be feeling. He's sitting in prasad hall, everyone is eating a feast, and he's drinking. Pretty austere situation of this brahmachari, isn't it? But he did this for many years. He went and asked Srivas, can I please participate in the night kirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? I know I'm not qualified, I'm 100% sure. I know I don't have an iota of devotion what all of you have, but just can I see once? Srivas Thakur said, hey, you know what you're asking? I know. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to know, do you know what will happen? He said, yeah, I know, but please just once, only once, and I'll not ask you again. He said, okay, I'll show you a hiding place. You hide from inside the house. You hide from this particular place. आप यहाँ पे छुप के आप देखना, कुछ साउंड मत करना. Shh, complete silence. In whatever you want, you can do. Just silence. Watch. Said okay. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the night, Chaitanya started chanting. He started chanting the whole names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he was dancing. Suddenly, after 2 minutes, he stopped. He asked Srivas, because that was his house, is there someone in this assembly who is not supposed to be here? Then Srivas said, there is no atheist in this assembly. Then he said, is there any, again he repeated, is there anyone in this assembly who is not supposed to be there? There is no sinful person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this entire assembly, you can see it. I am specifically asking, is there anyone in this assembly who is not supposed to be here? And then Shiva says, one milk drinking brahmachari is there. From the beginning of his life, he has drink only milk, nothing else. He is very, very austere person. See, it's not easy, to remain a brahmachari just by drinking milk and abandoning all the worldly duties and then just going on around. It's a very, selfless thing to do. But he is doing that, and he wanted your darshan once, so I just allowed. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry. He said, do you think that by drinking milk you can attain me? He said, get out from here. He told that milk drinking brahmachari. Now he told, okay, fine, what to do. Now, in front of everyone, he's telling, get out. He walks, putting his head down. As this milk drinking brahmachari is walking out, he is thinking, I was so unqualified. I didn't have any qualification. But still, for a couple of moments, I got to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing. What a great fortune I have in my life that I can always remember and cherish this. We can see in the life of the what do devotees do? When devotees meet each other, what do they discuss? Krishna Katha. Machitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Devotees delight in what? Prajalpa? No. Delight in news? What's happening? No. They delight in Krishna Katha. Oh, Prabhuji, आप भगवत गीता पढ़ा? प्रभुजी, आप भगवत गीता पढ़ रहे हैं ना? कुछ तो शेयर कीजिए ना थोड़ा. No, devotees enliven each other in Krishna consciousness. So similarly, in this case as well, Srivas Pandit, he was in his house. This happened. So he was thinking how fortunate I was. This milk drinking brahmachari, I got to see for some time. As he was thinking like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling, Lord is hidden in everyone's heart. The whole world will misunderstand you, but Krishna sees our intentions. Krishna can never misunderstand you because he knows your desire even before it pops up, or as soon as it pops up. The first one to know is Krishna. Like there was once a Gurukul student. 3 Gurukul students were given 3 mangoes, and they were told, go and eat it in a place where no one is watching you. So the first person went behind the tree, ate off the mango and came back. Finished. Second person, he thought, land is a little dangerous place around the Gurukul. I'll go underwater. So this guy went underwater. I don't know how he ate, but he managed to finish mango. The third person, full day he roamed around. In the evening, he came back to the Guru. He gave the mango. Guruji, mission unsuccessful. He said, what happened? Didn't you find a place where no one is watching you? He said, I could not find a single place where no one is watching me because Bhagwan Lord is always there, seated in our heart. I could not find. Then the Guru said, pass. I had given all of you the test to get this result only, and only you passed out of the other 2, isn't it? So Lord is always watching us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is watching. He thought, oh, this devotee is very grateful. Because 3 qualities of the milk drinking brahmachari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed special mercy. Number 1, he was humble, despite so many austerities. Sometimes some people do austerities, they become very angry, isn't it? Or they are very proud. पता है क्या मैं कितने साल तपस्या कर रहा हूँ? पता है क्या प्रभु जी मैं कितने साल माला कर रहा हूँ? पता है क्या? So some people, they have a lot of pride in the heart. Krishna doesn't like pride. In the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there are multiple items of knowledge mentioned. The first one is that is Amanitam Adambitvam Ahimtam Shantirajam. It starts with Amanitvam. The test of someone's knowledge is how humble he is. Right? So that way this milk drinking brahmachari was humble. Second, he was grateful. He was grateful for what? For a moment opportunity given to him to witness this pastime, though he was not qualified. And number 3, he didn't have any grudge towards devotees. Shriva, jab mere ninda ho rahe, or like when people are criticizing me, everyone else is watching silently. How dare the devotees? He didn't think like that. He didn't think, how dare, apne aap ko kya samajhte hai? He didn't think like that to other devotees or Vaishnavas or Mahaprabhu. He thought, I deserve it. He didn't have a grudge toward devotees. Because of these three qualities, Mahaprabhu said, come back. He called him back. Said, where are you going? Come back. Then he hugged him. He gave him Krishna Prem. Those days, the Krishna Prem process was pretty fast because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would give Krishna Prem to someone just by his hug. So that was his great mercy. That was, this milk-drinking brahmachari was called back because of three qualities. What are they? Humble, grateful, no grudge. So this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he told us two instructions mainly. Chant Hare Krishna, please repeat. Chant Hare Krishna and never offend devotees. So this is the two things what he primarily mentioned. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavan. He is not Kapata Pavan. Last week and multiple Nityananda before, you might have heard about the pastime of Jagai and Magai, isn't it? How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered them, though they were the most fallen. That is the greatness of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can see this. And on this particular day, we are celebrating Gaur Purnima. We can pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that please help us be grateful. See, if we are not grateful for the gifts what we are receiving from the devotees or by God, then we are a great fool. GREAT space FOL if we are not grateful. हमेशा कृतज्ञ होना चाहिए. Whatever we are receiving, here in the center also, you are all very nicely guided by His Grace Murali Prabhu and all other Vaishnavas here. They are arranging for your prasadam, arranging for your, someone calls you for the program. In this world, who calls us for our benefit? In general, think about it, 90% of the calls what people receive is because someone else wants something from them. How many of you agree with this? But in general, the devotees, they call, Prabhuji, Sunday, aaj Gaur Purnima we are celebrating, please come, please chant holy names, please hear something about Krishna, please do Abhishekam, please take Krishna Prasad. What do devotees get with this? Extra service. Devotees get, when someone has to manage this particular center, isn't it? I heard they're getting prasadam from temple, all the way from Sheshadripuram, prasadam is coming for you. See, Jagannath is so merciful. You are here in another part of Bangalore, which takes like 1.5 hours on one way to go there. But Jagannath is so merciful. He is manifested here in the form of his lamination. Not only is manifested in lamination, he personally sends his prasad for you all the way from there. Think about it. That's how, and it's arranged by the grace of Murali Prabhu and other devotees. So, we're very grateful for what we're getting, isn't it? Books. We're very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very merciful, of course. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy was brought to us by whom? Srila Prabhupada. And that's why when we offer obeisance to Prabhupada, it is not a ritual. ठीक है करना है अभी दंडवत मार देते थे नहीं with utmost gratitude नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठभूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य. We remember in this line, just for information, the Saraswati Devi is not Saraswati Mata. It is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. It is a spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, for the people who don't know, because sometimes when we recite this mantra, people think we are praying to Saraswati. No, we are praying to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, who is the guru of Srila Prabhupada. So we have 5 acharyas here, you can see in the line. The Srila Prabhupada on the left side, in the joint lamination, right? The Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, his father, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's spiritual master, who is Gaura Kishore Babaji Maharaj, just before that. And on the rightmost side, we have Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and then the Goswamis, right? So you can see this. That's our parampara. That we are very grateful to them that we are receiving so much. We are very grateful to Krishna that he has given us this wonderful human form of life. Human form of life is very rare. It is just 100 years. 100 also nowadays with what food we are eating, 80 only you take. Is it already 40 over or 30 over? Remaining whatever we have, half you remove for sleep only. Sleep and then basic activities. In that again, remaining half, say if you take 20 years also, 10 years job, cooking, this thing, other things. How much time we have? It's very, very less. That's daily here. One last thing I forgot. I was telling you about Shravanam. Connecting back to the initial 9 posts of devotion service I was telling you. Shravanam is absolutely essential. That is why daily we hear. Even if we are so busy, the mothers, when they are cooking, they can hear kirtan and they can hear lecture. The devotees who are driving to office, thanks to Bangalore traffic, not less than 1 hour you reach anywhere. It's a little far by. You can hear 1 hour lecture of Srila Prabhupada. You can hear 1 hour lecture of some senior devotees whom you are inspired by. You can hear some kirtans. That way we can try to be Krishna conscious. We have to see how we can please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. On this occasion of Gaur Purnima, we can pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please help us be grateful to whatever gifts we have received from you. Please help us be non-duplicitous. Please help us serve you in the best way you want us to serve. So we can pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whatever is our situation, the Lord will help us. See, Lord is so merciful, He will take care. We only have to desire. You know the triangle from Bhagavad Gita? The triangle is what? Jiva desires. Please repeat. Jiva desires. Paramatma sanctions. And material nature of Prakriti executes. Yeah. So what is desire? If you desire, oh, I only want to eat prasad in my life, it will be very nice if Krishna can arrange. Sometimes circumstances may not be like that, but if you pray, then Krishna will arrange. Desire is a very important thing. And how do you get the desire? Only by association. No other, like even in normal situations, it's pretty easy. If someone goes to a movie, he comes and tells, "Ye movie dekha hai kya?" Then you also develop desire. Yeah, maine nahi dekha hai, because when you did Shravanam of the glories of that movie, then you would have a desire to do it. Similarly, when we do Shravanam of understand this, when we do Shravanam of the glory of the Lord, then we develop desire to absolutely essential, and daily we should do at least half an hour, if not for that 15-20 minutes, at least we should sit and hear the glories of the Lord. With that, we Krishna Prem. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you for your patient hearing. I would like to seek forgiveness if I was fast or any flaw in the presentations. If anything good you could take, that's all the glory to the Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. And any mistakes, then that's to my discredit, and you can kindly pray for me that I could improve in my service. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. Prabhuji, I have one doubt. So you mentioned about the milk drinking Brahmana story, no? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without discriminating anyone who is fit or unfit, he gives Krishna Premam. So why he is discriminating initially to that Brahmana? He restricted the Brahmana to enter into that.
That's a very good question. So the question is, for those people not here, I'll just repeat the question. So we discussed that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not make differences in giving the mercy. Why did he make a difference for the milk drinking Brahmachari? You're not allowed. This was applicable post his sannyas when he started propagating Krishna consciousness or the Sankirtana mass scale. He didn't see anyone from this particular caste, this particular. He gave it even in Madhya it comes when he went to Jharkhand forest. He made the animals also chant. If you go to South India, there's one temple where the tiger is standing, and on the hands, tiger is standing on two legs. On the on the hands of the tiger, deer is keeping their hands. You understand? In two things. Cow is behind that. When I saw it for the first time, I was thinking there's maybe some mistake in the sculpture. I asked the pujari, what is it? He says, when all of them are hearing kirtan or glories of the Lord, they don't remember their tiger, cow. Tiger doesn't remember I have to eat the cow or deer. It is so engrossed in the glories of the Lord. Similarly, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he gave to animals, he gave to kings like Prataparudra, he gave his mercy, he gave to milk drinking Brahmachari, he gave to everyone. That way. But that was just post his sannyas. That way.
Any question?
Why milk drinker is not qualified? What is the flaw in him?
The bhakti we were discussing, that only unless one has bhakti, no other achievements of ours are qualifications or disqualifications to get Krishna. For example, someone says, I am working in this particular company. Krishna, you have to give me your mercy. Krishna says, that's not your designation, isn't it? Or someone says, I am a sweeper in the street. Krishna, please give me your mercy. Unless bhakti is there or like he has a desire, Krishna treats both of them equally. I'll tell you how Krishna treats us. For example, imagine a child is there and a mother is there. A child is fallen in the most dirtiest. A little silence, please. Imagine a child is fallen in the most dirtiest of the gutters possible, and the child walks and comes in this assembly. How will we all react? Go and take bath, But how will the mother of the child react? We immediately will go. Mother will go. What happened? Better take to the bathroom, isn't it? How does the mother see the child and how we are seeing the child? We are seeing as, hey, gutter mein pada hua hai. But mother is seeing, mera bachcha hai. Krishna sees us like that. Soul, external body, dog body, cockroach body, male body, female body, external body. Krishna sees us in that way. So our essential qualification is not anything else from bhakti. Even Prahlad Maharaj mentioned this. 7th canto. Manye dhanabhijana rupa tapashutaudas teja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga narayanaye bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya So many qualifications. Manya Dhana. Is my wealth a qualification to earn Krishna or get Krishna consciousness? Sorry, sir. Manya Dhana Jana. Followers. One has 5 million followers on YouTube. Can he get Krishna? Not necessarily. Not followers. Manya Dhana Jana Rupa. Someone has very beautiful form. Can that attract Krishna? Not at all. Tapas. I am doing tapasya for so many years. Sorry. Shuta. Intelligence. Ojas. Fame. Teja. Balapaurusha. Strength. I can lift 200 kgs. Sorry, Krishna lifted Govardhan hill. Nothing, 200 kgs, nothing. Balapurusha Buddhi Yoga. Narayana Bhavanti Parasya Pumso. Bhaktya Tatosha Bhagavan Gajayutva. How Gajendra called? With Bhakti. Only with that is Krishna attracted. So Bhakti is the only qualification to get Krishna. And without that, none of the other things are either qualifications or disqualifications. So in this case, the military Brahmachari was tapas qualification. I told you multiple parameters. He was in tapas category. That's not necessarily, the impersonalists. They, realize that they are not the body, the spirit, soul. In summer, now we are facing the heat wave in Bangalore. Imagine, you are told to sit in center of this hall with fire all around, blowing in a way that it doesn't touch you. But the heat you are able to feel. Can we sit? Without we can't sit, isn't it? Forget about the heat wave. The impersonalists or the people, Gyanis, they torture their body to realize that they're not the body, they're the spirit soul. But that cannot, they cannot in Bhagavan realization. Only they can know, I'm not the body, I'm the spirit soul. But the devotees of the Lord, Prabhupada said, devotees of the Lord can eat their way back to Godhead. That is the devotee's greatness. Once there were two people who had read the entire Vedas. How many of you know the Vedas? How many Vedas are there? What are they? Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, Athar Veda. How many total shlokas in the all the full Vedas put together? 1 lakh. How many? 10 power 10 shlokas. So by the time you just read the shlokas only, our hair will become white. Already they are white. It's tough for us even to get a translation purpose. One can't read. These people had read all of those. After reading there in front of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada asked them, who is God? Can you tell me? Then these people said, to explain that at least we need 1 hour. Because itna sab kuch pada hai na. Then Prabhupada called one of the Gurukul students. He told, Prabhupada called one of the Gurukul students. He asked him, so Prabhu, who is God? This small Gurukul student told, Prabhupada, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Prabhupada gave him a cookie and then he sent him. He told, see, what this Gurukul boy has reached the conclusion. Vedesha Sarver, Ahameva Vedyo. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. You guys have read all the 4 Vedas. You still don't understand who is God. That is what only mundane just knowledge without bhakti cannot attract the Lord. On the other hand, only bhakti, even if you have no knowledge. Gaur Kishoda Babaji Maharaj, he was Anguta Chap. Means he couldn't even write his name. Who was his disciple? The world's most learned and renowned scholar, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the guru of Srila Prabhupada, who would speak English, Britishers would open the dictionary. You know that? That was his prowess. He was Shrutidhar. Once he heard something, he would remember verbatim. Such a great scholar was disciple of such a person who could not read anything. Because he had bhakti, isn't it? And he could answer questions in the Vedas without reading or Shastras. That is how bhakti is the only qualification. And if you have bhakti, everything else comes. Bhakti is Jnana and Vairagya are automatic products of bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam also mentions that. I hope that answers your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, I had one question. In Dwapar Yuga, the activity to perform to get liberation was doing Aarti, and in Kali Yuga, we have to chant the holy names and we can get liberation. Then why, Prabhu, in Kali Yuga, we still have to do Aarti to the Lord?
Very good question. Well, if the Shastras say that, the question I'll just repeat. The Shastras say, well, the process self-realization in Dwapar Yuga was, Archa Vigraha worship or deity worship or offering Aarti. And Kali Yuga is Nam Sankirtan. Why should we do, deity worship in Kali Yuga? Well, the deity worship aids us in our chanting of the holy names. And see, from an eternal viewpoint of the sum total of number of years, the Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. How many years? Dwapar Yuga is how much? Into 2. Simple math. 864,000 years. Now Dwapar Yuga is over. Kali Yuga, what is total lifespan of Kali Yuga? 4,32,000 years. In that, how many years have passed? 5,000. That's why Prabhupada says just 500 years ago Chaitanya appeared. In 100 years, civilization changes. But when Prabhupada says just 500 years, he's telling from an eternal viewpoint. So here, Dwapar Yuga is just over in a sense. 5,000 years out of 4,30,000 years is how much? Very small, na? That's why you see a lot of temples around, which are there. That is one reason why I say. And second thing is, the deity worship aids us in our chanting. Even the pujaris who do deity worship, they also chant. That is why only second edition devotees are allowed to do arti in a temple. Because when we are doing arti, we chant the holy names. Without chanting, even deity worship will not work. The pujaris, they chant, Esha Dhupaha, the mool mantra of the deity. Esha Deepaha, mool mantra of the deity. Ida Margyam, mool mantra of the deity. Ida Vastram, mool mantra of the deity. And then Pushpa, Etani Pushpani, mool mantra of the deity. Then you have a Chamar, Esha Chamara, mool mantra of the deity. And then Esha Veshana, mool mantra of the deity. I'm not supposed to chant the mool mantra in the mic, so that's why I'm not chanting. But each deity has a separate mool mantra. So in that way, without chanting, even deity worship is not complete. So chanting of the holy names is there in Kali Yuga. And when we take darshan of the Lord, imagine you go here. We have beautiful deities of Gaura. I just took darshan. They're wearing wonderful attire of white, little grayish white and little golden white, and then pink color. I saw the darshan, very beautifully dressed Gaura. When we take darshan of these wonderful deities, the Shastra mentions how we should take darshan. You should take darshan that when you close your eyes, that Gaura form should appear in your mind. Until that time, we should take darshan. That's why Mangalarti also we stand in front of the Lord 20 minutes. 20 minutes after you see someone, at least something will raise us, na? That is why we stand and we try to observe. And when you close your eyes, Jagannath or Gaura should appear. That is the purpose. So and with that, chanting becomes more easier. That way.